Share. Desktop 2. Share. Okay. Do you guys see my screen? YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. Play all for now, I guess.
So
All
Ron, are
right.
you going to queue up the next one?
I think continuously. Sure.
Well, okay, let me just say a little bit for the teams. So I imagine that at least some of you have an eye on the idea of world finals and that level of competition. I also understand that a lot of you don't feel like that's today, and I hope that you find today just a nice experience, a great experience for learning how to work with a team, how to think quickly on your feet, and to have fun solving problems, because that I think is a long part of most people's career. I hear that a lot. There's always those moments where you're being asked to think on your feet and act quickly. So I think that context is a great context for what could be valuable for you that comes out of being good at this style of competition. And I also think that if you want to dedicate yourself to taking this on as a hobby and sport, that we encourage you to continue to get better and take that on as a goal of yours. The other part I guess I want to put out there is there are a lot of volunteers essentially sitting around you virtually this time that help create this. And if you enjoy this style of competition, I hope to put in the back of your head the idea of you eventually helping out. So being a judge, writing the problem sets is a big task that happens every year. And that happens all over the world for each one of these contests to create a unique set of problems. Getting students to think that they want to be a coach eventually, and then also thinking that if you like the idea of solving these sort of interesting puzzle style problems, that it's also a lot of fun to be on the team that writes these problems as well. And if you feel like that's something you want to do, please contact us or whatever region you happen to be in once you're in past the competing part of your career, and hopefully we can take advantage of you being just a long-standing part of this sort of family of people that help create this contest. Any other thoughts in there? Welcome words. So Ram, I guess we have our sponsors coming up next.
It's Bill Palsy is next.
Oh, okay. So Bill. So Bill's the executive director of the entire contest. And then we have some sponsoring videos, and so can we just run through those one
Yeah.
after the other, Ram?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that one next.
Wait a second. No, wait a second. Sorry, went to the wrong side. Bill Pussy was here. My bad.
It's all right.
Okay. Supposed to be here. I don't know why it jumped.
Howdy. I'm Bill Poucher, ICPC Executive Director and President of the ICPC Foundation. Welcome to the ICPC North America Regional Contests. We have 11 unique regionals in the ICPC North America region, some dating back to 1970. They showcase some of the world's best and brightest programmers, future leaders in rigorous algorithmic computational programming, developing their ability to build mission-critical systems. In any given year, launching these contests takes tremendous dedication and effort on the part of our amazing network of contest directors, judges, systems, operations, press, coaches, and teams from universities throughout North America. This year, that task was made even more challenging. But as you all know, the ICPC family loves a challenge, and I think you'll find that your contest experience is going to be rewarding, challenging, and inspiring. Special thanks goes to the ICPC North America leadership, Ali Aruji, Tony Logar, Frederick Namella, and David Van Brackle, and the ICPC headquarters team at Baylor of Lisa Donahue, Brianna Rowell, and Jeff Donahue. I'd like to thank our sponsors, the UPE Honor Society that's sponsored since 1970, okay? JetBrains, IBM Quantum, AWS Educate, and Deviation Games for their support for these regional contests and special ICPC challenges that give you the opportunity to experience cutting-edge programming problem solving, not found in most classrooms. To do so and deliver these virtually has been a work of digital art. To the ICPC community of systems experts, Tom Kapal, Ed Skaczynski, John Clevenger, Sam Eshu, and Frederick Namilla, thank you all. And Tony, thank you for organizing and keeping everything going as we have explored the possibility of delivering academically viable competitions online. And I'd like to give a special shout out, if you would, to David Van Brackle, who's really worked tirelessly to pull problem sets together and to help everybody. To the North America qualifier just finished, and I'd like to thank Bob Roos and Joe Perry and a host of judge volunteers for pulling that together, and eternally thankful to the Caddis team of Frederick Namilla and Greg Hammerly, the founder of NAQ, for making certain that Caddis delivered a great experience. But most of all, I want to thank you, the students, the coaches, the volunteers, and the incredible North America regional directors for pressing forward during a pandemic to not only continue the ICPC tradition, but to offer a new level of competition, the ICPC North America Division Championships. 150 of the teams in the regionals will advance to those championships and have the opportunity to then advance to the North America Championship and the World Finals. Now, difficult times yield to better times. Most certainly, the digital renaissance to come will come quickly as we capitalize on what we learned during the pandemic. Never have so many people accomplished so much working together remotely, but fully connected in our digital communications world. We are facing a huge paradigm shift as we grow into a world of cousins, okay, who know each other personally, not just by other person's perspective. Now, never has the world needed critical thinking doers more. Reach out to ICPC alumni. The 400,000 of them have been central to building the digital world of today and the emerging world for the coming decades. Meet these people. Meet other people who are competing in the competition. Okay? We're going to try to give you some opportunities to do just that in the months coming. So pay attention when we send you notes from ICPC headquarters. We want you to partner up for success. Now, when you build the world of tomorrow, build community as well. Take a look at the ICPC Code of Ethics. It's a principle-based path to building trust and trustworthiness that encapsulates values that are thousands of years old. If you build on a firm foundation, your building will stand. We used to say in my generation, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Sure, that's the way that it was. It's a good sentiment. But in your world, when the challenges are flowing, problem solvers get going. That's you. Opportunity is around the corner. Now, as you enter the regional contests, I always like to share a little bit from the past. Let me paraphrase General Dwight D. Eisenhower from my dad's generation. Plans are worthless. Planning is priceless. You've been planning. You're ready. That will make a difference. But as you perform, be nimble, okay? Make sure that your planning pays off. So best wishes. I hope to see some of you in the division championships and in the ICPC North America Championship. If not this year, in years to come. Make sure you thank your coaches and your universities and the ICPC volunteers who are giving you a speed pass to participate in the birth of the digital renaissance. Create opportunity for all to grow and prosper. It's been a dream of hundreds of years in the making in North America. Make it happen.
My name is Tejas Sachdeva. I'm a recent graduate from CSU Channel Islands. Ever since I've been a kid, I've always been into technology. You know, I've kind of been the person around the house who's always fixing things, you know, playing with gadgets. So that's always been an interest of mine in technology. And when it came time for me to choose a major in college, computer science was the one. My professor actually told me about AWS Educate and how he was using the platform to teach students about cloud computing. So that was really exciting for me. And that's where my journey started with AWS Educate. It was like a cloud computing one-on-one course for me. None of my classes in college were really about cloud computing. So I wanted to see what it was about, how it's being used in the industry, and what are the career aspects of it. 90% of companies use some aspect of the cloud. That is huge. I can take the skills that I learned here and apply them anywhere. As soon as I got exposed to AWS Educate and I got my cloud practitioner certification, it exposed me to so many different opportunities, you know, both job-related and networking opportunities, which in the end led me to this great position at AWS Educate. I'm currently the program manager intern on the AWS Educate employer team. So my task is to mainly help students get employed. Having gone through the AWS Educate program has put me in the perfect position to help future students because I was in their shoes not just a few months ago. Working on the Educate employer team gives me a unique lens into the program, and just in my first 6 weeks, I've been able to make changes to the portal, which allows a better student experience. The opportunities with AWS are endless. If you're a college student, just dive right into AWS. It's free for students. You can take the cloud computing 101 track and just immerse yourself in cloud computing. Don't think twice about it, just go down this road. At the end of the day, you get to learn something new, which you can apply to other areas of your life as well.
Ram, can you skip over to the,
Yeah, what happened there?
there we go.
Hi, my name is Ruslan, and I have been an intern with IBM Quantum this summer.
My name is Yeva. My research at IBM focused on studying pharmaceutically important reactions using quantum computers.
Hi, my name is Rachel Lee, and I'm currently a sophomore at Harvard studying computer science and statistics.
I'm Ramnik Tota, and I'm here to talk about my IBM Quantum internship experience.
Going for an internship at IBM Quantum was a no-brainer for me.
Implementing configuration management functionalities to the QTracker tool.
I knew very less about quantum computing, and I just wanted to give it a try.
At Kiskit Summer School, I learned so much about quantum computing that I hadn't known before. And it was just definitely a deep dive into theory, helping me to learn more about the complex math that underlies quantum computing and all the technical details that go into creating quantum circuits and quantum hardware.
It looked encouraging for me to apply, to work with IBM Quantum, and I am humbled to have had this opportunity.
It's a world-class science, and it's done by world-class groups.
This internship has definitely changed my future plans.
I realized that IBM offers this really great and unique space in between academia and industry for people to research. And so I'm definitely also really excited to explore that as a potential career option in the future as well.
Ram, it seems like there has to be something up with the audio. Are you hearing something?
Sorry?
Okay. That's better.
Let's start.
All right. So those are our sponsors. They are part of why we can run our operations the way we do. They also, in some sense, I mean, it's great and necessary. The other great and necessary thing are all the people that actually volunteer to make this happen. And I will ask that you consider becoming part of that group as you sort of academically matriculate and become just members of this profession. I think it's a good group to be a part of. All right, I think we're to welcome RCDs. So Ryan, would you like to talk about the coaches meeting? So, and sorry, maybe we didn't really talk about this earlier, but my assumption is the coaches meeting opens when the contest, the official contest, starts at noon. So Ryan, would you like to explain a little bit about how coaches can join that?
Sure. So coaches should be just like the student participants. There's a breakout room for the coaches. I think I have everybody assigned there appropriately. So I think when we open the breakout rooms, everybody should be able to go there ahead of the noon start.
Okay, pretty simple. Okay. And then what we have left is just questions and answers, or any other, I guess, comments that other people might have had about something I forgot to say. I think if I think of something I forgot to say. Okay, here's one. There is going to be a closing ceremony. So after the contest ends on Caddis at 5, there'll be a quiet time while we're finished resolving things, and we'll try to get some announcement out on Discord about when we can start the closing ceremony but we'll go over the problems. We'll have the judges are planning to talk about how the how the problems are to be solved, which should be, I think, pretty important for most of you, because you've been spending the whole time thinking about that. And then we'll go through something called a resolver, which is like a fast-paced version of finishing up the contest to see who are just how the end of the contest worked, and then just a thank you for everyone to participate. That's the plan for the end of this game. And now I'll be quiet. Does anybody else have something that they'd like to have everybody know?
I'll just make a quick comment. I think any students who have questions, we want to hear those and happy to answer those. But the vast majority already, I think, checked their Caddis accounts during the practice from Thursday at noon through last night at midnight. There's a handful, though, that I'm not sure if you did. And we did have about a half a dozen students that couldn't get into their teams immediately. So in the next 30 minutes, please make sure that you can get into the practice, get into the actual contest. The link is the same. We'll put it in the chat here. Hopefully everybody already has that, but we want to make sure you can get into your Caddis accounts right away if you cannot.
Thank you.
Also, just from the judges here, if you have any questions about clarification for the problems themselves, use the clarifications tool on Caddis. We mentioned this yesterday, but look near the top of the Caddis page, and you'll see a place to submit clarification requests about problems. If you post them to Discord or anything, we're just going to bounce it back and say use the clarification tool on Caddis.
In fact, I would say, sorry. In fact, I would even say don't post it on Discord, because the fact that you are asked, if somebody sees your question, that might actually tip them off.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
Don't even put it there.
Yeah, your question will be confidential to us, and then we'll decide whether you get the response or if we think it's a general clarification that others should see as well. So don't post anything to Discord regarding the problems. Nothing whatsoever.
And I guess just to remind you, and don't post anything to any place else about the problem set. We want a 24-hour quiet time to just assure that everybody is competing in a fair way.
And so just to make sure, the ROM posted in the chat here on Zoom, we can post on Discord too, but rmc20.caddis.com. Please go there and log in and make sure it does not say spectator, but rather, I'm not sure what it will say for you, a contestant, something like that, but make sure it does not say spectator. We need to fix that as soon as possible if it does.
If you have, you might have gotten a, just make sure you use the Caddis account that you registered with. I think that's the key.
And if you don't remember what that is exactly, it's probably the one you used with your ICPC account.
All right, so now, please, anyone who has any questions, feel free to bring them up right now.
Sir, I had a quick question regarding advancement. I know this has kind of been covered, but I keep getting just a little bit confused with the introduction now of NATC on top of NAC. Can you just provide another clarification from our perspective here in Rocky Mountain? How many teams are going to advance, into which, and how they will be selected? Thank you.
Let's see, maybe Zach, do you want to?
Yeah, so the top 8 teams from this region will advance, but there is a limit to 2 teams per university. I don't know what would happen if 3 from the same university went, if just the 3rd wouldn't go and they would go down to the 9th place person. I can only speculate there.
That is my understanding.
Okay.
If there are more than 2 teams that would have otherwise placed, the top 2 of those go, and then whatever's next on the list would go with, of course, the same rule applying. If that includes like a 3rd team from the same university. And I guess I will also say there's always a certain amount of flexibility. I'll just say that at least 8 teams will go. It's likely it'll be exactly 8 teams.
I got a direct message asking if teams advance to the World Finals from regionals. No, that's not going to happen anymore. Last year was a transitional year, so the top team from each region went to the Worlds, and then the top few went to the NAC, but the top team was guaranteed World Finals. That's no longer the case. So the new rules state that you have to qualify by placing in the top X at the various levels of competition to move on to the next. No more straight through passes anymore.
And winning at the NAC level is not has like a slightly interesting rules. There's conferences now, and so the top teams from conferences now do get to go ahead, but that's not just our region. And sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head who is in our conference, but basically I think the regions from us to the left on the map are in our conference. I believe that's correct.
So by conference, are you referring to like those that would appear with us in the divisional championship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like that's the end of the questions and answers. I guess make sure that you can see the Caddis. You should be able to log in now via Caddis and see that the contest is in a pause mode. And I think for the rest of us, we will be moving on to the coaches meeting and resolving anybody's questions if they have trouble logging in. Any last minute questions for anyone or things that they'd like to say? Okay, everybody go get your bathroom break in and get ready for a great contest, and see you on the other side. All right.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
So Ryan, I guess every time, I think we were sort of chased into the coach's room, but we can just join, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move over to their. We have 20 minutes. We're just very efficient. Do we miss anything? I think that's pretty much it.
I think we got everything.
All right. Live. Seems a little silly to hold everybody here for an official countdown when Caddis is where everybody was going to be watching anyways, I think at that point. So yeah, let's call this good.
We can just display screen share Caddis countdown. There's a countdown.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Right? Should I do it? I have it on my screen or somebody.
I'm probably going to have one connection here in the main room and one in the coach's room, so I can do it. So that everybody else can go to the coach's room. Excuse me, sorry.
Okay.
Is that just the standings, the top of the standings, Ram, on Caddis?
I think if you just go to the main rmc20.caddis.com right now, it just says contest is starting.
Okay, perfect. I'll
Yeah,
go there.
is it that countdown of 20 minutes? So others
We
can
maybe ship that over to the.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
To the scoreboard.
Warren, one question for you.
Sure.
The account that I have for Caddis, my username is Caddis, K2Y6 at naolin.com. It shows me as a spectator. I think it's the only Caddis account I have.
Can you, let's see here, drop that name into the Discord, I guess under operations or somewhere like that.
Okay.
Let me see if I can fix something.
I think everyone but coaches, and I'm also seeing spectator. In the past, it was a little different, but I may be wrong. But I think just the coaches and not the coaches, but the judges have special roles there now, and maybe just the contestants. Maybe everyone else maybe just spectator, because I can see Ryan is also just spectator. So is me.
Should we be showing up as something else?
I think in the past there was different role we were given, and we would see submissions and other things. I'm not sure how that happened.
Harrison, are you having trouble getting into your breakout room?
Invite admin. All right, so I see an invite admin link that I have access to. And so I think what it's asking for is full name and email. Is it email? And one. So full name and email. So whichever email you use to sign into Caddis,